Hi everybody, this is the Planet Earth here, and I want to talk to you the difference between rich and poor. So I'm going to explain the difference between rich and poor people. I'm going to give you an example of how easy their life can be, not necessarily mentally, but in general. Okay? I'm going to explain it. People who are rich or people who are poor have a hard time finding health care, have a hard time finding the medical care they need, especially with me with benzodiazepine usage and moving to a different state. It can be hard to find a doctor. Let me give you an example if I was rich. If I was rich, I could call any psychiatrist up here in Florida, and I would have an Ativan prescription within an hour or two. If I shelled out $400 or $500 for a top-notch psychiatrist to help me, I would have my antidepressant and my anti-anxiety medication within the hour. Guaranteed 1,000,000,000%, 1,000,000,000,000%. I'll give you an example. When I was in California, I used to live with a millionaire. And when I lived with that millionaire, when I needed the money, exactly when I needed the money, to get a psychiatrist because I was withdrawing, that guy gave me the money I needed to get the psychiatrist that only took cash. I got my prescription of my medication within the day. I filled it up at the pharmacy, paid the cash. I was out the door within 3 hours. Well, going to the psychiatrist, waiting to visit him or visit her, and then going to the pharmacy to pick up the prescription, waiting 15 minutes. Give an example of when I was on the Medicaid. It took 4 weeks withdrawal. It took me to have to go to the emergency room and get admitted. It took me getting kicked out of the emergency room. Now, if I would have gone in there with money, it would have been a different story. If I would have gone in there with a rich family, and if I had like this private Cobra insurance or whatever the hell it is, the private insurance multimillionaires have, I guarantee you, if they would have known what insurance I had, they would have told the doctor. The doctor would have probably stopped immediately, said, so you've been taking the Ativan? Okay, we're going to give you an injection. We're going to get you admitted if you want. If you don't want to be admitted, we'll get you a prescription to head home with. And I guarantee you, I would have had that prescription. I would have stopped the benzo withdrawal right there. I would not have had it gone through what the hell I gone through had I been rich. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Because I told you what happened in California. I didn't have to suffer in California. It was immediate response. Because I had the money to give people. And they saw my address. And because they saw my address, they knew I could have been rich. For all they know. But because of this reason, all of us that suffer from anxiety disorder, all of us, would have better treatment if we were all rich when it comes to giving what we need, which it could be an antidepressant, it could be an anti-anxiety medicine, it could be an antipsychotic, it could be anything, it could be anything, a mood stabilizer. But the level of care that you would receive would be so much better if you were rich. I'm sorry to say it, but if you were rich, and let's say I wanted to withdraw from Ativan after all these years, and I could afford to go to Passages Malibu with all that scenery and all that, lavish lifestyle while withdrawing safely, I could get off that benzodiazepine without feeling like shit. Because they would have the most expensive doctors, they would have the most expensive care team, they would have everything that would be the most expensive. For God's sakes, I went over there and they gave me a free iPad. Just for looking at the place. Just for looking. They won't tell you this over the phone, but that's what they do. They said, sir, if you want to connect to our Wi-Fi network, we have the fastest Wi-Fi network we can get with money. If you have business things, we can get you your business plans, blah, 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 etc. They won't admit this to you unless you go in person. They offered me complimentary bath towels to go take a bath or shower in their expensive ass shower room. I looked at it and I was baffled. I've never seen anything like that before. And I told him at the last second, I'm not rich. I just wanted to come over here and bother you guys. Security came, I would say within a minute. And they said, get in your car and get out of here. Treated me like dirt. But if I was rich, I would have got the best care. I would have been off the benzodiazepine as of now, safely. But it's because I'm not rich. If I was very rich, shit, I'd help out other subscribers, or my subscribers too. I would have met them already. I would have tried to. I would have met them in public. I would have tried to help them as best as I could. If I ever become rich, I promise I'd always help out my sisters. I would help out everybody. Mainly, I'd buy everybody a new car so they can get where they need to go to, so they can get to their medical appointments and shit and don't have to depend on anybody else. Independence is a very strong key point. But that's the problem with medical help in the United States of America, is you have to be rich to get what you need. It's simple economics. Donald Trump says, I need Ativan. Donald Trump says, I need the Ativan. Joe Blow off the street says, I need the Ativan because my doctor kicked me off of it. Who is going to get more assistance? A celebrity? If a celebrity goes to the ER room complaining of anxiety disorder, I guarantee you that celebrity is going to get treated with whatever they want. If they say, I've been taking Ativan, they're going to give them the Ativan. And they're not just going to give them a little bit of Ativan, they're going to give them Ativan so they calm down. But if Joe Blow goes into an ER room, they're going to try to say he's a drug addict, he's a pill seeker, he's lying. I have the evidence in my bags that I've been taking the Ativan. I have prescription labels and bottles and papers that show I take it. I had to use all of that to show the people here in Florida to get the prescription that I needed. If I would have been a celebrity, I wouldn't have had to show that prescription. And this isn't just for medication. This is for everything else. You want to buy a car? You want to buy a house? Go in as a celebrity and you'll get a discount. Go in as a multi-millionaire and I guarantee you they'll discount your car. A house is $300,000 here in Florida. Guarantee you that multi-millionaire could get that house for $250 or even maybe $240 instead of $300,000 asking price. Because they're smart, they're intuitive, and they know what the hell they're doing when it comes to bartering. That's why they're rich. A yo comes up trying to get a 30-year fixed mortgage. Interest rate. And that is because you're not rich. You want the best healthcare. You want the best medicine. You want the best whatever for whatever you have. You have to be rich. And that's the only way to get around here in this country. And it's a fact. Look it up. It's statistical. If I was a multi-millionaire, I would have had the treatment I had. I wouldn't even be on benzos probably. Because I'd be rich. I could pay to get off in a private facility where it's safe. Not only where it's safe, but you feel comfortable withdrawing. Guaranteed. That's the problem. Thank you guys for watching. This has been The Planet Earth here.